Welcome back to the Astral Intelligence Network. Today we're exploring something many of us have experienced, but few of us have paused to truly understand: synchronicity. Not luck, not chance, and not superstition, but something quieter, deeper, something that speaks in patterns and symbols. In timing so precise, it feels intimate. What is synchronicity? Synchronicity is a term introduced by Carl Jung to describe meaningful coincidence, events that are connected not by cause and effect, but by meaning and resonance. It is not magic. It is the language of alignment. The mechanics of synchronicity. Synchronicity lives outside the boundaries of logic and sequence. The universe is not confined to straight paths, and the deeper layers of awareness rarely move in predictable ways. When you're in a state of coherence, which is when your inner world begins to align with your path, patterns emerge, not by accident, but as invitations, as guidance. It bypasses logic and flows straight into the spaces where truth lives unspoken. The rhythm of your heartbeat, the pull of your intuition, the stillness that says, "This means something." Real-world examples. You carry a quiet question about change, and the world responds through a passing comment, a stranger's story, a door you hadn't noticed until now. Or you've been holding a thought close, maybe about shifting paths, and then someone casually names it, like they've read a page from your private journal. Maybe a book falls off a shelf with a message with an answer to a lingering question, or the same symbol, phrase, or number begins to repeat. Not once, not twice, but often enough to demand your attention. Angel numbers as synchronicity. You're in a moment of uncertainty. Maybe you've asked for a sign, silently, perhaps even without realizing it. A quiet hope for reassurance. And then it starts. 11:11 on the clock. The receipt total, $22.22. A license plate ahead, 777. At first, it feels like coincidence, but it keeps happening. Enough that it disrupts your ordinary perception. It pulls at your awareness. Angel numbers, repeating number sequences, aren't just visual patterns. They are rhythmic echoes in the fabric of your reality. When seen in moments of inner questioning or transition, they often carry a message. You are not alone in this. Keep going. You are aligned, even if you can't yet see where the path leads. They are synchronicities that bypass language and speak in frequency. Each number vibrates with a certain energy, -1s with beginnings, 2s with balance, 5s with change, and so on. And while the interpretations vary, the real power is in the timing. The way they appear just when you need them most. That's what makes them meaningful. In these moments, you are not imagining things. You are being spoken to. Why does it happen? Synchronicity often occurs when we're on the edge of a shift, a spiritual awakening, a decision point, a healing, a remembering, and even a shifting of paradigms. It's not random, it's relational. It arises when we begin to live in dialogue with the universe and the divine, rather than in separation from it. And that is the key. Synchronicity is not about prediction, it's about participation. How to recognize and work with it. To invite synchronicity, you don't need to chase signs. You need to slow down, listen, observe. Here's what helps. Presence. Stay open to what's unfolding around you without judgment or analysis. Stillness. The more quiet space you allow in your mind, the more patterns you'll notice. Reflection. When something feels charged with meaning, write it down. Trace the threads. Pay attention to what you were doing or thinking when you noticed the synchronicity. Ask the universe clear questions. Synchronicity often answers the ones you're brave enough to voice. Most importantly, trust that if something feels meaningful, it is. Not because someone else said so, but because you know. In a world that often feels fragmented, synchronicity is a reminder of the invisible web that connects all things. It's not a gimmick, it's divine grace. When you begin to notice, truly notice, how life moves in echo and mirror, you begin to walk with a different kind of awareness. One that doesn't need control, one that listens for the whisper behind the scenes. And if you're watching this right now, this might be one of those whispers. Trust the signs. Walk the path. You're not alone. Look out for future videos where we will discuss angel number synchronicities in detail. If you've experienced powerful synchronicities, I invite you to share them in the comments. Not just for the channel, but also for each other. You never know who your story might guide. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss future videos. And until next time, stay tuned to the subtle and stay open to the sacred.